Welcome to another episode of Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa for Week 6 of this Winter League action in the WATL. This is Week 6 of a 7-week regular season, just 2 weeks to go before our double elimination postseason tournament. The points are what is most important in terms of seeding for that double elimination postseason tournament. And if you're new to the program, here's Eric Schizzle with more on the mechanics of throwing an axe.
Say, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Right now we're going to talk about basics when it comes to throwing, especially when it's your first time to bust an axe. We've got a lot of newcomers, a lot of new throwers, so to get you going, get you trained, and make sure you're doing it safely without harm to yourself or to others. Basically, we start by telling you not to hand axes to another person. Now, that might seem a little weird, as, you know, Midwest polite is, here you go, you're up. But if I were to hand an axe to you, you were to drop that axe, it can come down on my foot, ruining your shoes, possibly taking a toe off. So, successfully, we have kept everyone's digits intact by that method. So we return them where they come from to our docks here in each lane. Now, to start, you got your axe, you step back from the red line, and we do what's called a safety check. You buckle up like you're getting in the car. We call it the seatbelt check. Buckle up, check to your left, but also before you take off in any car, we're going to have you check your blind spots too. Make sure you're all clear. Generally, arms width apart is what we're looking for. So now that you've checked the all clear, we're going to start with the basics of axe throwing. We're going to get it right on here, your shoulder. This is going to take all the weight right off your wrist. Axe is planted on your shoulder. Keep elbow down to the ground and focus on the bullseye. You're looking ahead. Don't turn your face into the axe. Don't grip too tightly. Can turn into your face. Have a nice, gentle grip, but full control. As you're focusing on that bullseye, it's nice just to relax. We call this the lazy boy throw or the recliner because we're going to relax. Focus on the bullseye. When you're ready to throw, you step forward. Raise your elbow pointing directly at the target. Follow through, reach out like you're going to shake hands with the bullseye. You don't want to give too much of a flick of the wrist, and you don't want to reach up too high. When you're talking about shaking hands with somebody, straight ahead, look at that bullseye, don't lose focus. It looks a little something like this to start, right on the shoulder, foot on the front line, step forward, elbow up, reach out, and shake hands for that bullseye. Don't lose sight of that bullseye. There we go. Safely rock the axe out of the target. You don't want to pull, yank, because it can jerk back. So make sure you're rocking that axe out of the target. Don't flip them or spin them on the way back. Return them to the dock when you're finished. And there you go. It's just that simple. Nice and easy. Our coaches here will be more than happy to go through those lessons with you time after time, and we won't leave you till you're safe on the target. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you very much, Eric. We are just about set to go here in week number 6, but before we begin, let's take a look at the standings after 5 weeks of competition. Matt Bradshaw, the Magic Man, the defending champion, leading the way with a record of 19-1. He's averaging more than 50 points per game. Behind Bradshaw, it's Chris D'Onofrio, averaging 49.5 points per game with a record of 18-2. Behind D'Onofrio, it's Casey Nines, Eric Schizzle, Casey Buell, Cody Brimmeyer, Brandon Feenstra, and Kyle Gall. We're set to go here in week number 6. We bring you our first matchup right now. Angie Miller looks hungry for a win. She's going to take on Heather the Hatchet Gall. Gall versus Miller. We are set to go. I'm joined, as always, by my partner, Bobby the Blade Bradford.
Thanks, Joey. Going to be a good matchup here between Heather and Angie.
Heather.
Getting off to a nice start with 4 for Angie there.
Angie out to the early lead after a 3 from Heather Gall. Angie Miller bringing in a nice record of 13-7 into this one. Heather Gall, not the best record, 5-15, but as always, it's points that matter the most in Battle Axe.
Yeah, she can put up the points with the best of them, so she's looking to crack that leaderboard as well.
So this one is awfully close to a 5, and it is a 5. Now keep in mind, for it to be a 5, you got to see the wood on both sides of the blade across that line.
Yep, so she's just getting a look and seeing if she can see any red on either side of that blade. So you can just see even just the littlest tip can make that a 6 instead of a 5. So they're really looking this over. They know how much points are valuable here in week 6.
Maybe call for a second.
And it looks like they're going to call for a second opinion. So another great thing about this league is that a lot of these players are WATL certified judges as well. So they can come in. So we see Chris D'Onofrio coming in here giving it a look over, but they can make official judgments on rulings.
Yeah, that one is about as close as you'll ever see. I mean, you get 2 officials out there to take a look at it, and they still seem a little uncertain.
Well, Angie's, she's a competitor. She wants those points, so she's going to make her case. It's just like in a challenge in any other sport, the players got to make their cases heard.
Yeah, we've seen so often just how crucial every single point can be. And Angie Miller gets a 5 there, so that will keep her in front by a couple of points now.
4, Heather.
Looks like another 5 there for Angie, but
5, Angie.
We'll have to see there.
So Angie Miller, a strong start here, back-to-back 5s. She builds a 3-point advantage over Heather Gall.
Absolutely talking a little trash to Heather there, letting her know that she's in the lead. Axe kind of got away from her there on that
3,
throw.
Angie. 4, Heather.
And now things have taken a turn as Heather Gall gains a point.
This is going to be your 5th throw. Heather,
So it's a
you're
2-point
at 15,
game now.
Angie, you're at 17.
Definitely close matchup. This matchup coming in was a coin flip.
Looks like Heather Gall's laughing a little bit.
Ooh.
She's dialed in right there.
She's laughing because she knew it was coming.
Sorry, can't see.
And that's a devastating throw there for Angie.
Wow, what a turn of events there.
All right.
A 0 for Angie Miller, a bullseye for Heather Gall. She takes a 2-point deficit and turns it into a 4-point advantage with 1 throw.
Heather was laughing a little bit because she knew it was coming.
I guess she's going to have to chuckle her way through the rest of this season, and she might come out a champion.
Got a shadow on it now.
Whenever you take anything too seriously, it
4
can
for
definitely
Heather.
affect how you play and stuff. So having a loose attitude is really important here in Battle Axe.
Yeah, it is such a mental game, and
Heather,
just getting into
Angie, you're
that,
at 20. Heather,
that
you're at
perfect
25.
groove
Right.
of not too much pressure, but also staying focused is crucial.
I'm always reminded of Chevy Chase's character from Caddyshack,
Angie.
just no, all the way.
Or, of course, Happy Gilmore's Happy
5.
Place.
Exactly.
Got to find a happy place.
Sports movies have given us many examples of this happy place we're looking for.
So Heather Gall is building her lead here. She's now up by 7 with just a few throws to go.
Just off the mark there for Angie.
4.
But again, a really good throw by Angie there.
Heather 4.
Ooh, Heather Gall just got that one to land for a 4. So that will keep it a 7-point advantage now with just 2 throws to go. Angie Miller needs to get blazing hot here.
She does, and one thing we saw earlier on from Heather is these drops, but she has not been having those in the last couple of
Angie
weeks.
4. Heather 3.
Did you see that from Angie Miller?
I
She was
did.
trying to psych out Heather Gall.
She was.
And Heather
This is
Gall
gonna be your
perhaps a
last
little
throw. Angie, you're at 31. Heather,
phased
you're
by
at
that. She
37.
throws a 3, so Angie Miller picks up a point. We'll see what kind of antics she has left here for the final throw.
Correct. Yeah, we don't see that too often. I'd have to check the rule books to see if you can try
Heather
to scare
4,
your
Angie
opponent.
4.
So there it is, a couple of 4s on the final throws from Angie Miller and
Angie,
Heather
you
Gall,
ended
and it
with
is
35
Heather
points.
Gall
Heather, you won at
getting the
41
victory,
points.
41 to 35.
All hugs at the end.
Yeah, they were having a lot of fun out there. Obviously, they want to win, but a lot of respect for one another. They had a great time, and it's Heather Gall getting her 6th win of the season. Really, the 5th throw on this one, the tail of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. That 5th throw for Angie, you never want to see a 0 on the board. But give credit to Heather, though. She really took advantage of it and capitalized on Angie's mistakes. No drops in this game, so she really turned the tide and the outcome of this game.
Yeah, a round of 41, something that Heather Gall can certainly build a lot of confidence on as we get very close to that postseason, Bobby. We've got much more Battle Axe coming up straight ahead on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. As always, I'm Joey Dania at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa for Week 6 here of our Winter League action in the WATL. If you're new to the program, here's how it works. There's 5 rings and 1 bullseye. Each ring is worth 1 point, starting with the outer ring, moving up to 5 points for the innermost ring, and then 6 points for the bullseye. And then there's the kill shot. That small black dot in the outer ring, that's worth 8 points if a player can hit it. If they go for a kill shot and miss it, they get 0 points. We're going to throw it down now to Cody Brimmeyer for more on where he sees himself finishing this season.
If everything goes right, I see myself in the top 5. A lot of it's head games. You're playing against yourself, not the opponent, and that's what I'm still trying to get over.
Thank you, Cody. Best of luck today and the rest of the way this season. We're going to throw it down now to Chris D'Onofrio for his outlook on where he expects to finish.
I mean, obviously, I want to be in first place just because I'm competitive. But sitting in second right now is amazing. It still blows my mind that, once again, I've only been doing this for a little over 3 months, and being able to put up the scores and handle the pressure, it's awesome.
Chris D'Onofrio, talented and humble and nipping at the heels of the defending champion, Matt Bradshaw. We are set to go here for our second matchup of week number 6. It's Cody Brimmeyer going up against Chris D'Onofrio.
We get to see the dagger in action again, up against a
right,
really worthy opponent in Cody Brimmeyer.
Yeah, Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio bringing a record of 18-2 into this one against Cody Brimmeyer, and we are underway, Bobby.
Nice throw there by Cody to get this thing started.
5, Cody.
And a nice throw from the dagger
4,
as well. It's a 4, though, so Cody Brimmeyer out to the early lead, 5-4 over D'Onofrio.
And as we've stressed all season long, it's really important to keep building on that lead when you get it. You don't want to trade points with anybody, and you don't want to match points either.
And certainly not when you're going up against a juggernaut like
4,
Chris
Chris.
D'Onofrio.
Absolutely. Even after the first throw, you still have to have that mentality. Keep it going, keep it going.
Couple of 4s from Brimmeyer and D'Onofrio on their second throws, so it's now 9-8 Brimmeyer.
And a nice throw there by Chris.
Bullseye, Cody. 5, Chris.
Even better throw there by Cody, though.
Yeah, these players starting to get into a groove here. A bullseye for Cody Brimmeyer, and he's got a 2-point advantage over Chris D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio going to start feeling the pressure here a little bit from Cody Brimmeyer, who is undaunted against D'Onofrio.
Yeah, some real good focus there by Cody.
4, Cody. 5, Chris.
There's a nice throw from D'Onofrio. Back-to-back 5s for him.
All right,
4
this is
for
gonna be your
Brimmeyer,
fifth
and now it's a
throw. Chris, you're at
1-point
18,
game.
Cody, you're at 19.
Brimmeyer 19 to D'Onofrio's 18.
Yeah, both these players, they really don't make a lot of mistakes. You're not going to see any drops at
4,
all.
Cody.
So it's just going to be point-based.
And very consistent with their scoring thus far. Nothing but 4s, 5s, and 6s. And that
5,
one
Chris.
awfully close to a bullseye for D'Onofrio. But it's a 5, so we've got a tied game, 23-all after the first half of this one.
Bobby, switch.
We thought Angie's throw was close. I mean, that thing was razor thin.
So D'Onofrio and Brimmeyer switch sides, and we are set to go for the second half of what's been a great matchup thus far.
5, Chris.
It looks like
4,
Cody's
Cody.
just off the mark there a little bit. So 3 4s in a row for Cody. Not the position he wants to be in going into the back half of this match.
Not against a guy like Chris D'Onofrio, who throws a 5 to take his first lead of the game, 28-27, 4 throws to go.
And Chris is just slightly off on his throws, just a little bit. But again, I think if you ask any of these players, they'll take 5s and 6s instead of 4s all day long.
Yeah, even
5,
when
Chris.
Chris D'Onofrio is a little off, he is still very tough to beat.
Peppering in the 5s there. So, but again, once you get a closer look, again, it's just seeing that red on each side.
Do you want me to look at it again?
D'Onofrio asking for the official to come in and take a closer look. He's getting the flashlight going on his phone. This one awfully close to being a bullseye. It would be D'Onofrio's first bullseye of the match. We'll see if he can get a break from the official here. It's a 5.
Going to be maintained a 5 there. Doesn't call for a second opinion. But still, in control of this game, 33-31.
Brimmeyer's got a little work to do here with his final 3 throws.
Bullseye,
I was going to
Chris.
say, might have a bullseye
4,
there.
Cody.
Nope.
That is why we call him the Dagger.
Just when he needs it the most, on the 8th throw, throws a dagger, creates a 4-point lead. It'd take a miracle for Cody here. And he knows that he can't.
Brimmeyer knew that's a missed opportunity there to get at least
Four
a point or
Cody,
two.
Four Chris.
Right. Going into it, you see, again, Chris hasn't thrown a lot of 4s in this game.
All right,
So you
this
gotta
is going to be your
capitalize
last
on it.
throw. Cody, you're at 39. Chris, you're
So
at 43.
43-39 D'Onofrio, 1 throw to go here.
Kill shot? Okay.
Cody Brimmeyer is going to go for the kill shot.
This is something we thought we'd be seeing as the tournament approaches. Players got to work
Chris,
on it.
bullseye.
Awfully close to it,
Cody, 0.
but he just missed it, and it wouldn't have mattered anyways
All right, so
because
Cody, you ended at
D'Onofrio,
39,
the
Chris, you won
dagger,
at 49.
delivers a bullseye to get the win, 49-39 over Cody Brimmeyer.
All right.
Well, once again, Chris D'Onofrio is a model of consistency, and then the dagger lives up to his namesake, throwing 2 bullseyes on his final 3 throws to put this one away, Bobby.
Yeah, what's the old saying? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So Cody Brimmeyer with a really nice start, but again, give credit to Chris with a really nice finish to this game, consistent across the board. But also give credit to Cody, though, for being aggressive and going for that kill shot on his last shot.
Yeah, that was fun to see, certainly. Chris D'Onofrio improves to 19-2. He's nipping at the heels of the defending champion, Matt Bradshaw. We'll throw it down to Bradshaw right now for how he goes from the practice range to the bright lights of Battle Axe.
You got to be able to take it from the practice lanes to the back room and under the Cameron lights. There's an invisible force field there somewhere of trying to move it from practice to competition. You've got to be able to make that distinction in that transition. And unfortunately for the past 3 weeks, I have not been able to do that.
Thank you, Matt Bradshaw. Even defending champions, players as good as Matt Bradshaw have to make adjustments throughout the course of a season here on Battle Axe. The Magic Man, Matt Bradshaw, ready for action in week number 6. He's going to take on Casey Bullseye Buell.
Yeah, this is a classic matchup as we saw in the Winter League. Casey was the first and only person to defeat Matt Bradshaw, so we'll see how Matt's adjustments are going to be affected in this game.
Yeah, looking forward to this one for sure. What a start here. Great throw from Casey Buell. It's a
5,
bullseye
Matt.
for
Bullseye,
Casey Bullseye Buell, a 5 for Matt Bradshaw.
Yeah, Casey coming in, throwing hard, as usual, sticks the bullseye.
Buell bringing in a record of 15-5. Matt Bradshaw, 19-1 on the season.
Casey with another nice throw there. Again, a
Bullseye,
strong,
Casey,
aggressive throw by
4,
Casey.
Matt.
And lands the bullseye for a chance at a unicorn.
Back-to-back bullseyes. We don't see unicorns very often here on Battle Axe. That, of course, is 3 consecutive bullseyes. Can Buell get a unicorn?
Ooh,
I think he might have one.
he has come to play today. That is,
Bullseye, Casey.
I think he's hit the same spot of the wood every
4,
time.
Matt.
Giddy up. It is a unicorn for Casey Bullseye Buell. What a start. He's got a 5-point lead after just 3 throws.
Yeah, Matt has really been working hard to not make in-game adjustments either, and just Casey is just peppering in those bullseyes.
Matt Bradshaw clearly frustrated right now.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Buell
5, Matt.
is pouring it on.
Should have came down this one.
Yeah, but it's important for
Bullseye,
Matt to
Casey.
not go against his game plan. So he's come in with the mindset he's not going to try to be
All right,
overly
this is your
aggressive,
fifth
or
throw.
at least that's what he said before the
Matt,
match.
You're at 18. Casey,
Yeah,
you're
but
at
you certainly
24.
couldn't have envisioned a start like this. 4 straight bullseyes from Casey Buell.
Ooh, he is human.
4, Casey. 4, Matt.
Yeah, even with a lot of the matches that we saw in the Winter League, I don't think we've seen a
All
better
right, I'll have
start
you switch sides.
than Casey Buell's had here.
No, that bullseye is so much smaller than it was back in the Fall League, and Casey Buell is playing at the highest level right now we've seen from him.
And we'll have to get a closer look at that one, but he
See,
might have his
bullseye?
5th bullseye of the,
Bullseye, Casey.
and he does.
It's going to be a 5 for Matt.
I mean, there's just nothing that Matt Bradshaw can do here if Casey Buell is going to keep throwing like this.
Yeah, I mean, Casey's really living up to his namesake here with just peppering in those bullseyes. That's going to
That
be close.
one looks close to a bullseye, but I think it's going to be a 5.
5, Casey.
It is a 5 for Buell, and that looks like a 4 for Matt Bradshaw, who's
4,
hanging
Matt.
his head
Mm-hmm.
in disbelief and frustration.
But like we said earlier on, he's going to stick. He's just going to try to keep putting points on the board, even if the win is out of reach. he doesn't want to get thrown off his game for the rest of the matches that he has to play.
Absolutely not, because it is those points that are keeping Matt Bradshaw as the top overall seed heading into the postseason, and if he can finish
Bullseye,
on
Casey,
top,
bullseye, Matt.
the defending champ will be on the 1 line as we begin the postseason.
Yeah, nice throw there by both competitors. Again, I can't speak highly enough of Casey Buell and his performance that he's having right now.
This is truly remarkable from Casey Buell.
And when you can see the competition level in this league, I mean, when everyone is on their game like this, no one is safe.
4, Casey.
That's what makes Battle Axe so much fun to watch.
4, Matt.
Ooh.
So it is a 4 for Casey Buell.
All right, this is going to be
He's
your
cooling
last
down
throw.
just
Matt,
a
you're
little
at
bit,
41.
but
Casey, you're at 49.
he's still just about to go well over 50 here on his final throw and put this one away.
And you can see when you're throwing the axe that well, even a 5 is disappointing.
So a nice finish for Matt Bradshaw.
5,
It looks like a
Casey.
5.
4,
No,
Matt.
it's a 4 for Bradshaw. Another 5 for Casey Buell. What a round
All
from
right, Matt,
Casey
you ended
Buell
at 45.
for another
Casey
win
went
over
with
Matt
54
Bradshaw.
points.
So another season and another win for Casey Buell over Matt Bradshaw. Last season, he was the first and only player to defeat Bradshaw, and he does it again today with an impressive round, Bobby. 54 to Matt Bradshaw's 45.
Right. Casey's in rarefied air here, being the only person to defeat Matt Bradshaw in league play twice. So with those 6 sixes that he had in the match, just really impressive. One of the best performances we've seen so far.
Yeah, Casey Buell playing in postseason form already. We'll throw it down now to the defending champion Matt Bradshaw for what it's like playing with a target on his back.
Absolutely, because you don't want to lose, and I think that's been one of my issues too, is not wanting to give that up, and trying to push myself just a little too hard, versus just taking it for what it is. We've got some fantastic throwers here than what we had in the previous season, so the competition's quite good. Everybody's getting better from week to week, so I just don't want to get left behind. I need to bring myself up with these guys in order to compete.
Winning a championship is tough. Going back-to-back, even tougher. We've got much more Battle Axe coming up straight ahead here on Week 6 on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa, here for Week 6 in the WATL Winter League action. It's been an exciting start to Week 6 thus far. We just saw Matt Bradshaw suffer just his second defeat of the season after a remarkable round of 54 from Casey Bullseye Buell. Earlier today, we also saw Chris D'Onofrio take down Cody Brimmeyer 49-39, and we also saw Heather Gall defeat Angie Miller 41-35. We're going to throw it down now to Seth Grass for how his season is going thus far.
I feel like I've been progressing good. I feel like I could definitely be doing better, but from where I started, I feel like I've been doing really good.
Seth Grass off to a promising start here in his debut season on Battle Axe. We're set to go for our next matchup. It's going to be Seth Grass taking on Stephanie Prime.
All right, you guys can touch this.
So Prine and Grass will touch tips of the axes for good sportsmanship, get set to throw, and we're ready to go, Bobby the Blade.
Yep, Seth in his first season here playing throwing axes, and
Bullseye,
Stephanie, one of the members from the Winter League, so it should be a good matchup.
So Stephanie Prine, a nice start, a bullseye to a 4 from Seth Grass.
Stephanie, of course, throwing the Pink Lady. Came in handy there.
As you can see, it's got that pink handle.
4, Stephanie, 3, Seth.
So Seth's a little off here to get started, and Stephanie with a really nice start.
No problem.
A 3-point advantage after a couple of throws. Prine coming in at 6-14 on the season. Grass 5-15.
Ooh, another nice throw there by Stephanie, getting the
Stephanie
Pink Lady to land in the bullseye.
Yeah, she's got control of that Pink Lady right
4.
now. She's throwing it wherever she wants it to go. Two bullseyes on her first 3 throws. She's got a 5-point advantage over Seth Grass.
Yeah, we saw Seth earlier on in league action. He had a little bit of problem with some drops towards the end of his match that we last saw. So hopefully he can get those drops out of the way.
That would be
5
crucial here as he's already trailing by 5 points.
3
But
Stephanie.
looks like he picks up a couple points right here. So
All right,
a
this is gonna
5-point
be
game
fifth
is now
throw.
a
Seth, you're at
3-point game
16, Stephanie, you're
after
at
4
19.
throws.
Yeah, nice job of capitalizing on Stephanie's 3 there. And again, just maintaining that focus, feeling that pressure for the first time. As you can see, it can affect everybody a little
Seth
differently.
4.
Such a promising start for Stephanie Prine, and then a heartbreaking drop
All right, we'll have
right
you
there. And Seth Grass capitalizes. He throws a 4, and just like that, Seth Grass takes the lead, 20-19.
Oh, and
Stephanie drop.
as faithful as the Pink Lady can be to Stephanie, can also be
Seth 5.
unfaithful as well. 2 drops in a row are just devastating. Still a 6-point lead, though, for Seth, but
Yeah, as we saw, I mean, if Stephanie Prine can build a 5-point lead in 3 throws, she's certainly capable of getting back in this one with the final 4 throws.
Stephanie 4.
absolutely. And you can see Stephanie's blade is kind of
Seth
in
5.
at an angle a little bit, so that probably led to the couple drops we just saw there. You really want that blade to be flush straight on into the board.
Absolutely. Seth Grass with his second consecutive 5. He now has a 7-point lead with just 3 throws to go.
Yeah, give credit to Seth for just maintaining his focus
Stephanie
and
4,
not worrying too much about his
Seth 4.
competitor's score.
Absolutely. And as you said, Bobby, just avoiding those drops from his last game, and that's been the big difference here in this one is the drops.
Absolutely.
34-27, Seth Grass with a 7-point lead and just 2 throws to go.
Yeah, it's one of the things you see with some of the top competitors in this league is that
74,
you'll never see them drop. You know, it's the same consistent throw. They're worried about scoring, not worried about the axe hitting the
And
board.
this is going to be
Yeah,
your
if you
last
want to win in
throw.
this
Stephanie,
league, you
you're at
just can't
31,
afford
Seth,
any
you're at
drops.
38.
And Seth Grass is about to close this one away.
Okay.
So, and Stephanie, again, being aggressive, going for that kill shot. You really like to see that with the tournament
Yep,
right
it's
around the
her
corner.
only chance to get the win in this one if she can get a drop from Seth Grass. But
Seth 3,
no
Stephanie
drop
0.
and no kill shot. Seth Grass gets the win. 41 to
All right,
31.
Stephanie, you ended at 31.
Grass
Seth,
over
you won
Prime.
41 points.
Well, a very consistent round from Seth Grass to get the win. He was down by 5 after just 3 throws, but he never got rattled, and he comes out on top, 41 to 31 over Stephanie Prine.
Yeah, Seth didn't have a bullseye in this match, but again, staying consistent can really help when your opponent makes mistakes like Stephanie made in their 5th and 6th throw. Just couldn't get the Pink Lady to land in the wood. Otherwise, this thing would have been much more competitive. But a nice aggressive move there by Stephanie to go for the kill shot at the end.
Absolutely. Congrats to Seth on the win. We're set to go for our next matchup, but before we do, let's throw it down to Brandon Feenstra on how he goes into climbing that leaderboard.
I'm going to try. I know last week was a bit of a tough week for me, so I kind of fell a little bit, I think, last week. But hopefully this week I'll make up for it, and I'll get some ground, and I'll be like right in the middle of the bubble.
Best of luck to Brandon Feenstra today and the rest of the way this season. Brandon Feenstra set to go here in week number 6, and Feenstra is going to put his talents to the test against the defending champion, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Matt responds after that loss to Casey Buell. Got to have a short memory in this game and not worry about your opponent.
Yeah, Bradshaw's going to have to flush that loss in a hurry because Brandon Feenstra is certainly a formidable opponent here.
Absolutely. Brandon's a really consistent
For
thrower.
Brandon,
Not a lot of
for
drops.
Matt.
So he can prove he can play with the big dogs.
Couple of 4s to the start of this one for Bradshaw and Feenstra. Bradshaw dropping to 19-2 after his loss to Casey Buell just moments ago.
Nice throw there by Brandon, just off the mark a little bit.
For Brandon.
And looks like Matt had a nice throw there as well.
Yeah, it's close to a bullseye for Bradshaw. It's a 5, so he takes a 1-point lead. Brandon Feenstra bringing a record of 9-11 into this action here in week number 6.
Brandon with some good focus there, lining it up on just a beautiful bullseye there.
Let me see.
Maybe he was
Sorry,
watching a
got
little bit of
shadow
Casey
on her
Buell
elbow.
before and
All right, bullseye
took some
Brandon
notes.
for Matt.
Matt Bradshaw pacing around a little bit before he went to get his axe. He knows that he's going to have to get dialed in to avoid back-to-back losses here. Feenstra playing well.
Well, and Matt, is one of the top competitors in this league. He may say that he doesn't want to worry about his opponent, but that's easier said than done. He can do the math in his head. He
5
knows
Matt, 3
exactly where he's
Brandon.
at in this matchup.
So a 3
All right,
from
this is
Brandon
gonna be your fifth
Feenstra,
throw.
and Matt
Brandon, you're
Bradshaw
at 17, Matt,
capitalizes,
you're at
throwing his
18.
third straight 5. He's got a 2-point lead.
Yeah, and Brandon comes in with that mentality of he doesn't get too hot, too cold. It's just even keeled all the way.
And the Magic Man getting into a rhythm
3
now.
Brandon,
Looks like his
bullseye
first
Matt.
bullseye of the round, and it is. So Matt Bradshaw extending his lead
And we'll have you
to
switch
5
sides.
after the first half of this one.
Yeah, you never want to be throwing threes, especially against someone with the caliber of Matt Bradshaw, but just a great job by Matt to really capitalize on Brandon's threes there.
Here we go for the second half of this one. Bradshaw looking to put it away early.
4 Brandon, 4 Matt.
Yeah, deceiving little axe placement there, but 4s for both.
Yeah, that did not look like a 4, but it was. So it remains a 5-point game. That looked like at least a 5 and perhaps a bullseye, but tough to see that board here from that perspective.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a 5 there from
5
Matt.
Brandon, 5 Matt.
I was going to say, saw a little bit of that wood popping through. So again, Matt's in the position, well, he's more than happy to trade points with Brandon here. So Brandon really has to capitalize on any mistake that Matt is going to make or could make.
Which is pretty rare, but that's a way to get back in it if you're Brandon Feenstra. Looks like a bullseye,
Bullseye,
and
Brandon.
Matt Bradshaw appears to have the answer with a
Bullseye,
bullseye of his
Matt.
own. It is.
There you go. So progressing 4, 5, and 6 for both players.
Feenstra cannot trade points with Bradshaw if he wants to win this one. He's got to get really hot here on his final 2 throws and then get some help from Bradshaw with some mistakes.
That's another nice throw there by Brandon. We'll have to get a better look at that one for Matt, but you can tell both players are laser focused right now.
Bullseye Brandon, bullseye Matt.
Back-to-back bullseyes for Bradshaw and Feenstra.
All right, this is going to be your
So
last
coming down
throw.
to,
Brandon, you're at
unicorn
41,
chance for
Matt,
both
you're at
players.
45.
Will Feenstra go for the kill shot? He will not. Good throw from Feenstra and a nice throw from Bradshaw as well. It's going to be more than enough
5
for
Brandon,
Bradshaw to
bullseye
clinch
Matt.
the victory.
All right, Brandon, you ended at 46.
Matt
you won
Bradshaw
51.
ends it with a bullseye for a unicorn to pick up his 20th win of the season, 52-46.
Yeah, just a wonderful display there by Matt coming back and just 3 6s in a row, looking like the Magic Man of old that we've seen in leagues past.
Yeah, a real nice rebound after that loss to Casey Buell earlier today. Matt Bradshaw putting up an impressive round of 52 to a nice round of Brandon Feenstra's 46 as well. Nothing for Brandon Feenstra to hang his head on here.
Yeah, 3 6s there for Brandon as well, and he was right. He was throw for throw with Matt there from the 6th throw on.
Let's throw it down to Matt Bradshaw now on how he plans to stay consistent the rest of the way this season.
I think that's been one of my issues is watching the leaderboard, and I gotta stop doing that. Again, I'm looking at trying to get my throw down and my routine because I'm changing it up a little bit. Something that feels a little bit more comfortable. Now I just need to make that muscle memory and a routine. And like I say, however the matches fall up into the tournament, then so be it. So I just got to get out of my own head.
Thanks, Matt. Best of luck the rest of the way this season here on Battle Axe. We've got much more Week 6 action here on Battle Axe straight ahead on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey Danya here bringing you Week 6 action in the WATL. We just saw Matt Bradshaw defeat Brandon Feenstra 52-46. Bradshaw getting his 20th win of the season. Earlier today, we also saw Seth Grass defeat Stephanie Prine 41-31. 5 matches down and 2 more still to go here in week number 6. We're set to go here for our 6th matchup of the day here on Battle Axe. Let's get right to it. Casey Bullseye Buell set to take on Kyle Gall.
Yeah, Casey had just a wonderful performance against Matt Bradshaw. Let's see if he can continue into his next matchup here.
Yeah, Buell putting up a round of 54 earlier today to take down Matt Bradshaw.
Kyle,
6
4.
bullseyes in that matchup for Buell.
5, Casey.
And he starts off nicely here. Not a bullseye, but it is a 5. Kyle Gall throws a 4, so Buell out to the early lead.
Yeah, Casey's just throwing really, really well tonight. You can see there's laser focus going on, and yeah, he's disappointed with that 4 right there.
4, Casey. 4, Kyle.
But still a 1-point lead here for Casey. Let's see if he can live up to his namesake again.
Casey Bullseye Buell, 16-5 on the season.
He's going to be really close there. Going to get a little closer
Bullseye,
look.
Casey. 4, Kyle.
And he does.
So it is a bullseye for Casey Buell, his 7th of week number 6.
And we've said it before, Kyle's one of the most consistent players in the league. Can struggle with drops at times, but has really played well in the last few weeks.
4, Casey. 5, Kyle.
So there's Kyle Gall's best throw of the match. It's a 5.
All right, this is going to be your 5th
It's
throw.
a 2-point game.
Kyle, you're at 17.
Gall picks
Casey,
up
you're
a
at
point on
19.
Buell on his 4th throw.
And Casey's not missing by much when he does miss, which is just a really good feeling to have when you're throwing axes. Like Kyle with a really nice throw there as well, though.
Bullseye, Kyle.
Yeah, both of these players throwing at a very high level, certainly the level they'd like to be throwing at with that postseason just 2 weeks away.
5, Casey.
So it looks like Casey got the bottom of the axe there to stick in the 5.
And Kyle Gall throws a bullseye, his first of the day. It's just a 1-point game after the first half of this one. Buell 24, Gall 23. Nice throw there from Casey Buell.
4, Kyle. 5, Casey.
It's a 5. Kyle Gall throws a 4 as Buell extends the lead to 2.
Yeah, and we've talked about before, the rhythm is so crucial to this game. You know, you want to stay in the same routine, same throw, and just Casey is just putting on a clinic here, being consistent.
Yeah, it looks like another bullseye for Casey Bullseye Buell.
4, Casey.
Ooh. That's the position of the axe there. So the top of the axe is getting into that 4, and again, when he throws so straight, you know, that blade is sitting there so straight in the board. It's can be deceiving from far away.
It's very deceiving.
But again, you want that throw. You can see there's no bend in his blade there. Everything's hitting really flush with the wood.
Nice throw there from Gall.
5, Casey. 5, Kyle.
So Kyle Gall hanging around. 1-point game here.
2 throws to go. Buell leading 38-37. We're in for a thrilling finish to this one.
Yeah, you can see a nice throw there by Casey, but he's just
4,
off the mark a
Casey.
little bit. And
4, Kyle.
so another 4 there for Kyle as well.
So
All
it
right, this
all
is gonna be
comes
your
down to
last throw.
this.
Kyle, you're
Casey
at
Buell
41,
leading
Casey,
by
you're at
1
42.
point. And it'll come down to this final throw here.
Does he have it in him?
Casey
Really?
Bullseye Buell, what a throw there.
Really close, and
Kyle, 4.
That might be a bullseye, and it's going to be a dagger because
Casey
Kyle
Bullseye.
Gall threw a 4 as Casey Bullseye Buell lives up to his
Okay.
namesake.
Kyle,
Another
you
bullseye
ended at
for
45.
Buell
Casey
to
won
clinch the
48
win.
points.
Well, not quite the round of 54 that we saw earlier today from Casey Buell, but still an impressive round of 48, and he delivered when he needed it most, a bullseye to put this one away on the final throw.
yeah, just another great game by Casey Buell. You can just tell when he was missing, he wasn't missing by much, and Kyle had a really nice game as well. Hung around there to the last throw, but Casey with the bullseye there, ice in his veins to come out with the victory.
Casey Buell, his 2nd win of the day as he improves to 17-5 on the season. We're set to go for our next matchup, but before we bring it to you, let's throw it down to Casey Nines for how he gets into a rhythm with the new bullseye.
My gameplay is a lot more practice because, I mean, with his new kill shots, or not the kill shots, I'm sorry, the bullseyes, I mean, it's making it very tough to kind of get where I was before. And these new players we have this year, I mean, they're good. They're coming in strong, they're coming in hot, and it's hard to keep up with some of them. It's been a lot of fun, though.
Casey Laser Wolf Nines, always having a lot of fun on Battle Axe, and he's set to have a little fun here in week number 6. He's going to go head-to-head with our defending champion, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, taking on Casey Laser Wolf Nines.
One of our classic matchups here in the league was the finals for the Winter League, so we know these competitors can bring it.
Yeah, of course, back last season it was Bradshaw defeating Casey Nines for the championship. And we are treated to a rematch here in week number 6. Nines off to a good start with a bullseye.
Yeah, looks like that practice was helping out Laser Wolf there. Nice flush bullseye.
Another good start for Laser Wolf.
Casey bullseye.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like the bottom of that axe might have been hitting the bullseye, and that is the case.
Back-to-back bullseyes for Casey Nines, a 3-point lead and a shot at a unicorn here on his 3rd throw.
Yeah, so again, we see another shot for a unicorn. A lot more of those in week 6 than we've seen in the previous weeks.
Yeah, these players certainly seem to be stepping up their games here with the postseason around the corner. They seem to really be getting into a postseason form here.
Absolutely, everybody across the board. But Casey fails to connect on the unicorn, but still has a 3-point lead here over the Magic Man. Ooh, that might be a 4 there.
4 Casey, 4 Matt.
But Matt cannot capitalize.
And this is going to be your 5th throw. Matt, you're at 18. Casey, you're at 21.
So again, just staying in that routine is really important for both competitors. Casey's in a really good groove. He has to forget that 4 and focus on his throw.
Yeah, you've got to have a very short memory on Battle Axe. That's what we saw earlier today from Matt Bradshaw after losing to Casey Buell. He flushed it in a hurry and got the win over Brandon Feenstra. He's going to try and close out week 6 here with another win over a very formidable opponent in Casey Nines.
Yeah, and as we saw in our previous matchup, you know, Casey Buell, when he was missing, when he's hitting those 4s, I mean, those are right on that line that could have been very close, much similar to what Casey Nines just threw there. But you don't want to see this big disparity in your throw.
Matt
you want
5,
to be
Casey
very,
5.
very close, tight-knit.
Consistency, the name of the game, and we've got 2 players who have been models of consistency for a very long time in this league, going head-to-head in a great one. It's 30-29.
Nice throw there by Casey. And a nice throw there by Matt as well up to C.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
That is the tail of the tape with these 2 competitors.
Matt bullseye.
It's a bullseye for Nines and a bullseye for Bradshaw. Nines clinging to a 1-point lead with just 3 throws to go.
Just a nice showing, though, by both competitors. A lot of 5s and a lot of 6s. Something that I know both of them kind of struggled with throughout the season a little bit.
Casey bullseye.
And here we go.
Back-to-back bullseyes for Nines and Bradshaw, both players with a chance at a unicorn here on their 9th throws in a 1-point game.
Just that focus there that you need. Visualize, and we'll have to see. I think Casey's is hitting the bottom of the bottom of the blade. That's a 5.
That would be huge. It would extend his lead to 2 if this is a 4 for Matt Bradshaw.
And this is a crucial call, so she wants to make sure. But it's all about the bottom of that blade. If the bottom of that blade is cracking that 5 wood right there.
They might need a second opinion.
I was going to say with.
They're going to bring in Matt Bradshaw, and I think I know what his opinion on this will be.
Correct. I think we're going to get more than one person's opinion here. But, you know, as we've said, too, in this league, we have honest players. So Matt'd be the first to admit if you didn't get it.
Absolutely.
Or Chris, you want to look at it? I didn't know you were back here.
So it looks like we're going to bring in the dagger to see if see what this crucial call is. But
this is huge because Bradshaw was trailing by 1. If it is a 4, he's going to have a 2-point deficit going into the final throw.
5, Matt.
So it is a 5.
Yeah.
That'll keep it a 1-point game with 1 throw to go.
It was a 5.
By the hair of his chinny chin chin right there.
All right, this is going to be your last throw.
So we got
Let's see. Matt,
last
you're
throw
at
here.
46. Casey, you're at 47.
Well, we knew this was going to be a good one, and indeed it was.
So
Matt Bradshaw breathing in and getting ready for a huge throw here. Good throw from Laser Wolf, but a chance for Bradshaw here.
Ooh, we're going to get another ruling on this one, too. This is very close.
4 Matt, 5 Casey.
Casey Nines wins it with a
All
5
right,
on his
Matt,
final
you won it at
throw.
50. Casey, you won at
52 to 50, Nines the victor. Well, a very strong finish from Casey Nines in this one to put it away in a very close game with Matt Bradshaw.
Yeah, Casey Nines finally slays the dragon of Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. And just a nice showing there. You see 4 6s by Casey and consistent across the board. Really no mistakes, nothing egregious.
Yeah, and the same was true here for Matt Bradshaw. Obviously, the 45 that he put up in his loss to Buell earlier today, not the kind of performance that Matt Bradshaw is accustomed to or strives to, but he rebounded nicely with back-to-back games in the 50s here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great showing by Matt as well. But as we've seen, as we bring up the leaderboard here, we have great competitors in this league, so...
Yeah, and the leaderboard tightening up just a little bit now. Matt Bradshaw still leading the way. His average score dropping just by 0.2 of a point to 50.3 points per game. He drops to 21-3 on the season. Chris D'Onofrio, 22-2, 49.9 points per game. D'Onofrio followed by Casey Nines, Eric Schizzle, Casey Buell, Big Jim Haas, Cody Brimmeyer, and Brandon Feenstra.
Yeah, everyone in this league is really improving week to week, and with the tournament right around the corner, we all know points are very crucial. But as you can see here with this leaderboard, I mean, you got a lot of players with just single-digit losses, so high level of competition going on.
Yeah, and as we've seen from many of the players here on this front page of our leaderboard, anybody can beat anybody in this league, and the postseason should be thrilling.
Oh, it's going to be a wonderful Week 8 double elimination tournament, and definitely going to be exciting.
Can't wait for it. Thanks so much for joining us here on Week 6 of Battle Axe. For the entire MC22 crew and my partner, Bobby the Blade Bradford, this is Joey Danya signing off from the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque on MC22.